Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're bringing you, again, the great series, I'm Sorry, I Love You, Part 6.
The newest installment in the English Pod soap opera.
Drama, romance.
Love, tragedy.
All of it here at English Pod and in our series. So today we have a really great dialogue.
I just can't believe what's happening here. But before we get into it, we need to preview one word.
That's right. So let's take a look at it in Vocabulary Preview.
Vocabulary Preview.
Well, we're going to preview this word. Sleeping with.
Sleeping with.
Sleeping with someone.
Sleeping with him.
Yes.
So it seems pretty easy. I mean, sleeping with, it just sounds like you are in bed with somebody.
Yeah, but you are doing a little bit more than sleeping.
All right. So in English, this phrase actually means that you are involved with someone and have an intimate sexual relationship, right?
Yes, you are in a relationship with someone and you are having sex.
Exactly. So be careful how you use it, because I know that sometimes you want to translate and just say, well, they are in the same bed together, but it's not that they're having sex.
Right. So most of the time in English, the phrase sleeping with means sex.
Right. Okay. Sleeping with. Be careful.
Okay. Well, let's find out. Why are we talking about sleeping with?
Well, obviously somebody is sleeping with somebody. So let's listen to the dialogue and then we'll come back and talk about it.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe you've been sleeping with someone else. How could you do this? You know what? I'm out of here.
Wait! Doctor, how is this possible? I haven't cheated on my boyfriend.
I have something to confess. I'm sorry, Veronica. I lied.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I lied. You aren't even pregnant. There's no bun in the oven. I was just so overwhelmed with jealousy that I couldn't help myself. Veronica, I love you!
What are you talking about? Who are you?
It's me, Daniel. Don't you remember me from high school? I sat behind you in science class. I used to go to every football game and watch you in the cheerleading squad.
You're insane! We never even spoke. Why did you lie like that to my boyfriend?
Because, Veronica, it's not fair. I love you. I have since the first day we met. Everything was going fine until that jerk came into the picture and ruined everything. I went to med school and became a doctor for you. You always said how you wanted to marry a doctor. You will be mine now, one way or another.
I heard everything, you lying bastard! Get your hands off of her!
Scandal again.
This poor Veronica and Steven. I don't know how their relationship could get more complicated.
It's amazing. They're having an amazing adventure in their love life.
I'm sure glad my love life looks nothing like this.
All right, so we saw some really great words. So let's take a look at them in Language Takeaway.
Language Takeaway.
The words we're looking at now are about feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's take a look at the first one. Confess.
Okay, confess.
To confess.
To confess. So confess, what does that mean?
When you confess something, you tell a secret that you've been hiding.
Okay, so that's pretty easy. So you have a secret and you want to tell it to someone, so you are confessing.
Yeah, and it's usually something negative.
Negative. Oh, okay.
So, Marco, I confess that I stole $5 from you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, sorry.
Ah, okay. No wonder my wallet was lighter.
Yeah.
All right. So confess. I shall not forgive you for this.
Oh, no.
All right. Let's take a look at our next word. overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
I am overwhelmed.
So when I am overwhelmed, I am filled with emotion.
Okay, with emotion. It can be good emotions and bad emotions, right?
Yeah, but you feel too much. It's like you're going to explode.
Okay, I am overwhelmed with joy.
Yes, or I'm overwhelmed with work.
And I am overwhelmed with jealousy,
Like this guy.
right? And that's our third word,
Jealousy.
jealousy. So this is interesting because jealousy is the noun
That's right. It's the feeling,
of being jealous,
which is the adjective.
which is the adjective. So what does it mean when you are jealous?
It means that you see somebody and you want what they have.
Okay, you want what they have.
Yeah. So in this case, the doctor is jealous of Veronica's boyfriend because the doctor wants Veronica.
Okay, jealous. So Erica, are you a jealous wife?
I don't know, maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
But I've never gone to the extent of telling someone that they're pregnant when they're not.
All right, jealousy. Okay, and let's take a look at our next two words, which are actually kind of insults, right?
Yeah, they're not very kind words at all.
Okay, but you got to learn them anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at this one. Jerk.
Jerk.
He's a jerk.
Jerk. Jerk.
Jerk. So, what does it mean if someone is a jerk?
A stupid and mean person.
It's plain as simple as that.
Yeah.
Stupid and mean. So, can a woman be a jerk?
It's mostly male, but now it's becoming more common to use with women as well.
Okay, so I can say he is a jerk or she is a jerk.
Yeah, but it is more common for men.
Okay. And now let's take a look at our last word. You lying bastard.
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 Wow, this is pretty strong as well.
Yeah, you got to be careful about this one. This one
Okay.
is almost a swear word.
Almost.
Yeah.
It's like on the line.
Yep.
So what does it mean if you call someone a bastard?
Well, literally, it means your mother and father were not married when you were born.
When you were born, exactly. So it is a pretty big insult.
Yes.
A little bit, I guess.
But it doesn't really mean that your mother and father
Right.
weren't married.
Right, but
It means that you are a jerk.
You're a jerk. You're a
You're
really big jerk.
You're a mean person, a really mean person.
So jerk isn't as strong as a bastard,
Yes,
right?
bastard is stronger.
Okay, so you got to be careful when you throw that word in there or how you would use it. And again, it's for men, right? Not for women.
Yeah, you can't use this word with women.
Oh, okay, that's...
There's another one out there, but that will have to wait for another English pod.
Well, apparently all of these words are just for men. What did we do wrong?
Marco, I can't begin to tell you.
Okay. Okay, so let's listen to our dialogue again, and then we'll come back and look at some great phrases.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe you've been sleeping with someone else. How could you do this? You know what? I'm out of here.
Wait! Doctor, how is this possible? I haven't cheated on my boyfriend.
I have something to confess. I'm sorry, Veronica. I lied.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I lied. You aren't even pregnant. There's no bun in the oven. I was just so overwhelmed with jealousy that I couldn't help myself. Veronica, I love you.
What are you talking about? Who are you?
It's me, Daniel. Don't you remember me from high school? I sat behind you in science class. I used to go to every football game and watch you in the cheerleading squad.
You're insane. We never even spoke. Why did you lie like that to my boyfriend?
Because, Veronica, it's not fair. I love you. I have since the first day we met. Everything was going fine until that jerk came into the picture and ruined everything. I went to med school and became a doctor for you. You always said how you wanted to marry a doctor. You will be mine now, one way or another.
I heard everything, you lying bastard! Get your hands off of her!
All right, so great stuff. Jerk, bastards, all that good words going around.
But we've also got some amazing phrases. So why don't we take a look at those now in Fluency Builder?
Fluency Builder.
All right, so in Fluency Builder today, we have 3 great phrases. Let's take a look at the first one. Bun in the oven.
A bun in the oven.
A bun in the oven.
Okay, this is obviously an idiomatic phrase, right?
Well, it could be literal as well, right?
Like you could actually have a piece of bread in your oven.
Right. Bun is a piece of bread
Yep.
in the oven. But in this context, we're not using it.
No, it means you're pregnant.
You're pregnant. So the baby is the bun.
Yeah, and the oven is your stomach.
Right. So you say she has a bun in the oven.
Yes, she's pregnant.
She's pregnant. Okay. It could be difficult to understand if you don't really have the explanation, right?
Yes.
You would say, what? She has bread
What?
in the oven?
Yeah, a bun in the oven.
Okay. Now let's take a look at the second one. Couldn't help myself.
I couldn't help myself.
I couldn't help myself.
So when you can't help yourself, you can't control yourself.
Right. You did something, but you couldn't control it.
You couldn't stop it.
You couldn't stop it. Okay, so let's listen to some examples of how you would use I couldn't help myself, because it's a phrase that you can use in many different ways, right?
That's right. Let's listen.
Example 1.
I just couldn't help myself. When I saw your car, I just had to buy it.
Example 2.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. I just started laughing.
Example 3.
That cake was so good. I couldn't help myself. I ate it all.
All right, perfect. Couldn't help myself. Easy.
Now, the doctor, he couldn't help himself from lying to Veronica because he was angry that her boyfriend, Steven, came into the picture.
Came into the picture.
To come into the picture.
Okay, so what does it mean when somebody comes into the picture?
Well, basically, you appear in somebody's life. You come into somebody's life.
So imagine that your life is a picture,
Uh-huh.
and somebody all of a sudden comes into it, so
They come into the picture. They come into your life.
come into your life.
Yes.
So he's angry that Steven appeared into Veronica's life, and they're in love and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, these are some great phrases, and why don't we listen to them again in context? So let's listen to the dialogue.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe you've been sleeping with someone else. How could you do this? You know what? I'm out of here.
Wait! Doctor, how is this possible? I haven't cheated on my boyfriend.
I have something to confess. I'm sorry, Veronica. I lied.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I lied. You aren't even pregnant. There's no bun in the oven. I was just so overwhelmed with jealousy that I couldn't help myself. Veronica, I love you.
What are you talking about? Who are you?
It's me, Daniel. Don't you remember me from high school? I sat behind you in science class. I used to go to every football game and watch you in the cheerleading squad.
You're insane. We never even spoke. Why did you lie like that to my boyfriend?
Because, Veronica, it's not fair. I love you. I have since the first day we met. Everything was going fine until that jerk came into the picture and ruined everything. I went to med school and became a doctor for you. You always said how you wanted to marry a doctor. You will be mine now, one way or another.
I heard everything, you lying bastard! Get your hands off of her!
Okay, so Veronica's not pregnant. That was a close one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phew.
Actually, they're not married. So this is a very controversial topic, right?
Yep.
Being knocked up.
Yes. Nice phrase.
Nice phrase.
So there's a lot of interesting phrases and ways you can talk about pregnancy. So if you're knocked up, you're pregnant.
Right. So you could hear that in movies. It's
Yeah.
not really, I would say, a proper way of saying.
No, it's not that polite because
Right.
it gives you the idea that it was a mistake.
Right. So you would say she got knocked up.
Yes. Another common phrase is preggers.
Preggers. I heard this is more Australian, right?
She's preggers, so she's pregnant.
So it's actually a pretty interesting topic. I know that, for example, in Latin America, if a girl that's maybe in her early 20s gets pregnant accidentally by her boyfriend, usually the families expect them to get married.
Really?
Yeah, so it's kind of like, should they get married? Should they not?
So there's a lot of pressure.
a lot of pressure. But it's different in other countries, right?
Yep. So I don't know, for you guys, what's it like in your country where you live? Is there pressure on the guy and the girl to get married? I mean, should Steven and Veronica get married in this situation?
Or what about just living together?
Yeah.
Or as they say, living in sin, right?
Living in sin.
Living together, living in sin.
Yep.
So is it okay to just live together with your girlfriend, or should you get married before? This is a controversial topic, so we'll have a lot of different opinions, but it should be interesting.
Yes, so visit our website and tell us what you think, englishpod.com.
All right, guys, we'll see you there. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Absurd, not logical.
Ridiculous.
To admit a fault or crime.
Confess.
Informal way of saying pregnant.
Bun in the oven.
State of being affected deeply in mind or emotion.
Overwhelmed.
A feeling of being supplanted. Apprehensive of losing affection or position.
Jealousy.
Very crazy.
Insane.
Destroy.
Ruin.
A cruel or unkind person.
Bastard.
To have a sexual relationship with someone who is not your husband, wife, boyfriend, or girlfriend.
Unfaithful.
A person who is not who they seem. A person who lies.
A fraud.
A person who has a relationship with a married man or a married woman.
A homewrecker.
Dishonest behavior.
Deceit.
End a relationship with.
Split up with.
Listen to another person's conversation.
Eavesdrop.
Let's try that faster. A feeling of being supplanted. Apprehensive of losing affection or position.
Jealousy.
Listen to another person's conversation.
Eavesdrop.
End a relationship with.
Split up with.
Informal way of saying pregnant.
Bun in the oven.
A cruel or unkind person.
Bastard.
Destroy.
Ruin.
To have a sexual relationship with someone who is not your husband, wife, boyfriend, or girlfriend.
Unfaithful.
A person who has a relationship with a married man or a married woman.
A homewrecker.
Absurd, not logical.
Ridiculous.
To admit a fault or crime.
Confess.
Very crazy.
Insane.
Dishonest behavior.
Deceit.
State of being affected deeply in mind or emotion.
Overwhelmed.
A person who is not who they seem. A person who lies.
A fraud.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Confess. Barbara confessed to me that she stole the wallet. Confess. I have to confess something. I'm in love with. Confess. I'm innocent. I'll never confess to this crime. Overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with joy when I discovered my wife is pregnant. Overwhelmed. She is overwhelmed with sadness since her dog died. Overwhelmed. Don't be overwhelmed by all the work you have to do. Take your time. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You are a jerk. My sister had a boyfriend who was a real jerk. I don't mean to be a jerk, but can you leave my house? I couldn't help myself. When I saw that car, I had to buy it. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. I just started laughing. She couldn't help herself, and so she ate the cake by herself. I had a happy life until my mother-in-law came into the picture. Our company grew so much after the new CEO came into the picture. My life feels complete now that you came into the picture.
Hello, English learners, and welcome to another great podcast with English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we have another really great lesson for you, elementary lesson.
That's right, and it's another lesson about money.
We have no money here at English Pod. We are in debt here.
In debt?
Yes.
Okay,
In debt.
in debt.
So what does that mean? Why don't you tell us?
If I owe you money, I'm in debt.
In debt.
In
yes.
fact, I think I am in debt to you.
You owe me $2.50 for a Coke Zero today.
That's true.
All right. Okay, so let's get started. Let's take a look at our vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
We have 2 words today in our vocabulary preview, and the first one is recession.
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 So, recession. Everyone's talking about it right now, and what does it mean?
I don't know. That's your job. I don't know. I really don't know. Why don't you tell me, Erica? Because this isn't my topic for today.
Okay. Recession is a period of time when the economy of a country is doing badly.
In a recession, the country is making less money.
That's true. So maybe we can give a few examples of things that happen in a recession to show the meaning of this a little bit better.
Right. So, for example, in a recession, many people lose their jobs.
Because companies might close or go bankrupt.
Exactly. And also, people start spending less money.
That's true. And the stock prices of companies fall pretty
fall.
Yeah, they fall a lot, hey?
Yeah. And that's what's going on now in the United States.
Very true.
Okay, so let's take a look at our second word, and it has to do with recession. It's broke.
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 I'm broke.
Broke, it means that you have no money. You're broke.
I'm broke.
Right, so these are our 2 words for vocabulary preview today, and you're going to hear them in the dialogue.
This dialogue is about a man who is in debt. He's broke. Let's find out what happens.
Hello, I'm here to see Mr. Corleone. Right this way, sir. Charlie, what can I do for you? Mr. Corleone, I'm really sorry to trouble you, but I need your help. Anything for you, Charlie. Your father was like a brother to me. Well, sir, you see, this recession has hit me pretty hard. I lost my job and I'm in a lot of debt. I see. Yeah, you know, I've got credit card bills, car payments, I've got to pay my mortgage, and on top of all that, I have to pay my son's college tuition. So you're asking for a loan? Well, I just thought maybe you could help me out. What? At a time like this? I'm broke too, you know. You're not the only one who's been hit by the recession. I lost half my money in the stock market crash. Go on, get...
Okay, so that was a bit unexpected.
Yeah, that was certainly strange. He didn't go to the bank to ask for money, did he?
No, he went to the mob, and the mob is broke.
Oh no, you know it's a bad recession when even the mob runs out of money.
All right, so why don't we start by looking at our language takeaway?
Language takeaway.
All right, so for today's language takeaway, we have 4 words from the dialogue, which we think are really important.
Yes, so why don't we start with the first one? Loan.
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 So Erica, tell us about a loan. What is a loan?
Okay, when you borrow money, you get a loan.
A loan, yes. Not to be confused with alone, like by myself.
No, so this is L-O-A-N.
Loan.
Right.
Okay, great. Let's take a look at our second word, mortgage.
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 Now, this is very common. I'm sure many of you have mortgages. What is a mortgage?
A mortgage is a type of a loan. Basically, it's a loan that helps you to buy a house.
A house or a property.
Yeah. So this is a funny word. I mean, there's this strange mortgage with a T.
Yeah, it has a T in it, but you don't pronounce it. You say mortgage. Mortgage.
So not mortgage.
Not mortgage.
Mortgage.
Mortgage. Yeah. I had trouble spelling that one for this lesson, so I learned it well now.
Okay. Let's move to our third word today.
Hit me pretty hard.
Hit me pretty hard.
Hit me pretty hard.
Hit me pretty hard. I think we have some examples that will help us understand this phrase.
Example 1.
My divorce hit me pretty hard. I'm so depressed.
Example 2. This cold has hit me pretty hard. I've been in bed for a week. Example 3.
The news of Fluffy's death hit me pretty hard. I've been crying for days.
Okay, so that's a lot clearer.
Yeah.
Great. Why don't we take a look at our last word for language takeaway?
Tuition.
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 So this is the money you have to pay to your school so that you can study there.
Right. Usually it's in college, right, or university.
Yeah, but sometimes in some countries you have to pay tuition for public school.
Okay, great. So it's time to listen to our dialogue again, and it's going to be slower so we can listen to all the words that we just talked about.
Hello, I'm here to see Mr. Corleone.
Right this way, sir. Charlie, what can I do for you?
Mr. Corleone, I'm really sorry to trouble you, but I need your help.
Anything for you, Charlie. Your father was like a brother to me.
Well, sir, you see, this recession has hit me pretty hard. I lost my job, and I'm in a lot of debt.
I see.
Yeah, you know, I've got credit card bills, car payments. I've got to pay my mortgage, and on top of all that, I have to pay my son's college tuition.
So you're asking for a loan.
Well, I just thought maybe you could help me out.
What? At a time like this? I'm broke too, you know. You're not the only one who has been hit by the recession. I lost half my money in the stock market crash. Go on, get out of here.
Okay, so I think a lot of the key language we just talked about is a lot more clear now. But you know, I also noticed some really interesting phrases in this dialogue.
Yes, I did too. So let's start with Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder is a tool that we use to help you sound more native.
Right, so you can sound more natural when you're speaking.
So we take a really common phrase and we show you some great natural ways of expressing that same idea.
Exactly, and today we have 3 of these examples. Let's start with the first one.
So this phrase we use when we want to ask somebody, "Can I help you?"
What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
Yeah, that sounds really, really polite and really natural.
Right, so instead of saying, can I help you, or, I don't know, what do you need? We can just say, what can I do for you?
Exactly.
Great.
So let's move to our second phrase. This phrase we use when we need something, when we want to say, I'm sorry to bother you.
Or, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay, let's listen.
I'm really sorry to trouble you. I'm really sorry to trouble you.
I'm sorry to trouble you. This phrase might be a little bit more difficult to understand how it's used, but we've got some examples.
Yes, so let's listen.
Example 1.
Can I trouble you for a moment? I just need you to sign this form for me.
Example 2. I'm sorry to trouble you, but may I go home early today? Example 3.
Can I trouble you for a pen? Mine is not working anymore.
Okay, so now let's take a look at our last phrase for Fluency Builder. On top of all that.
On top of all that.
On top of all that.
This is a really useful phrase. Marco, how would you use it?
Well, for example, today I lost my job.
Oh no.
My car got stolen.
Oh my God.
And on top of all that, my girlfriend broke up with me.
That was a terrible day.
It was. But don't worry, you can use this phrase also in a positive way.
That's true. You could say, so today was a really great day. It was my birthday and all my friends came to visit me, and on top of all that, I got 1,000,000 presents.
That is a great day. So you can use on top of all that in this way.
It's like, and also.
And also, yeah.
Yeah, so on top of all that.
So we are ready to listen to our dialogue a third time. We can hear all the words that we just talked about and all the phrases, and you'll definitely be able to understand a lot better now.
Hello, I'm here to see Mr. Corleone. Right this way, sir. Johnny, what can I do for you? Mr. Corleone, I'm really sorry to trouble you, but I need your help. Anything for you, Johnny. Your father was like a brother to me. Well, sir, you see, this recession has hit me pretty hard. I lost my job and I'm in a lot of debt. I see. Yeah, you know, I've got credit card bills, car payments, I've got to pay my mortgage, and on top of all that, I have to pay my son's college tuition. So you're asking for a loan? Well, I just thought maybe you could help me out. What? At a time like this? I'm broke too, you know. You're not the only one who's been hit by the recession. I lost half my money in the stock market crash. Go on!
today's dialogue was all about being in debt, right?
Yes.
And different people have different attitudes or different viewpoints on being in debt.
Yes, that's true. For example, in North America and in Canada, it's a really common thing.
Yeah, it's actually almost good to be in debt.
It's more than good, it's necessary to be in debt.
That's right. Unless you have a history of being in debt and regularly paying off your debts, you can't actually borrow money. You can't get a mortgage. You can't get a car loan so you can buy a new car.
Right, that's called a credit history. So you must have a good credit history in order to be able to, like you say, buy a car or buy a house.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, when I was in university, maybe I was 18 years old, the first thing that happened at university was, banks came to our university and started offering you credit cards. So you can get a credit card when you're 18, no problem.
And not only do they offer you credit cards, they give you like free gifts if you sign up for a credit card.
I know, they really want you to have a credit card.
Of course, they want you to spend more money. That's the trick.
Yeah, but you know what? It's totally different. In Europe, for example, I used to live in Switzerland, and they're really careful with debt. Like, it's a bad thing to be in debt.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's bad to be in debt, definitely.
For example, if I want to have a credit card in Switzerland, and let's say I want to have a limit of 500 francs that I can spend every month, I need to put in my bank account 700 francs before I can even spend that credit card money. So it's totally opposite from North America.
Well, yeah, I mean, in North America, it's crazy the way that people are in debt, and it's showing now with the recession, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So everyone be sure to handle your money carefully. Don't be in debt unless you really, really have to.
Good financial advice from English Pod.
English Pod Financial Advising Service.
Okay, everyone, thanks for listening. Now remember, if you have any questions or comments, please visit our website at englishpod.com.
Right, Erica and I are always there to answer all the questions, and we really like to receive comments and suggestions from all our users, so be sure to go and leave us your comments.
Okay, Marco, it's been fun.
Yes, it has, but sadly we have to go now, so until next time, it's
goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Disturb or bother.
Trouble.
A period of time when the economy of a country is bad.
Recession.
Had a strong negative effect on me.
Hit me pretty hard.
The amount of money you owe to a person, bank, company, etc.
Debt.
Besides that, in addition to.
On top of all that.
Not have any money.
Broke.
Let's try that faster. The amount of money you owe to a person, bank, company, etc.
Debt.
Besides that, in addition to.
On top of all that.
Disturb or bother.
Trouble.
Not have any money.
Broke.
Disturb or bother.
Trouble.
Besides that, in addition to.
On top of all that.
Had a strong negative effect on me.
Hit me pretty hard.
A period of time when the economy of a country is bad.
Recession.
Not have any money.
Broke.
Had a strong negative effect on me.
Hit me pretty hard.
The amount of money you owe to a person, bank, company, etc.
Debt.
A period of time when the economy of a country is bad.
Recession.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Trouble. Can I trouble you for a moment? I just need you to sign this for me. Recession. The recession is causing many businesses to close down. Hit me pretty hard. My divorce hit me pretty hard. I'm so depressed. Debt. My uncle just bought a new house and now he's in a lot of debt. On top of all that, my car was stolen yesterday, and on top of all that, my house burned down. Broke. I spent all my money on a new TV, so now I'm broke. Recession. The recession is causing many businesses to close down. Hit me pretty hard. My divorce hit me pretty hard. I'm so depressed. On top of all that, my car was stolen yesterday, and on top of all that, my house burned down.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another great lesson here at English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we are going to have a lesson that is going to be very useful when you arrive late.
Yes, well, we all have arrived late to something, and we need a good way of saying sorry and saying why we were late.
So today we're not only going to be looking at vocabulary used to explain why you are late, but also some typical excuses of why people are late.
Right, so some normal reasons for saying why you're late. Well, why don't we get started with the dialogue? Now, we're going to hear 5 people in the dialogue. So at the beginning, we'll hear the boss and the assistant, and then we'll hear 3 people who are arriving late.
Where's everyone? We were supposed to start 15 minutes ago.
Jo called and said she'd be here in a sec. She said she got tied up with a client.
Sorry I'm late, everyone. Oh, there was a huge traffic jam on the highway this morning.
Morning, everyone. Were you stuck in traffic as well, Jess? There was a huge pileup on the highway, and traffic was backed up for miles.
Scott just called and said that he's running late. His last meeting ran over, but he's on his way now.
Guys, this is not acceptable. If I say the meeting starts at 10, the meeting starts at 10, not 10:01, and definitely not 10:20. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is
I'm really sorry, everyone. I know I'm late, but really, it's not my fault. I was getting a coffee at Starbucks, and the line was way, way too long. I was waiting for 20 minutes to get my coffee.
All right, so, well, good excuses in general, except the last one. I don't think that's such a good excuse of why you're late, right?
Yeah, I don't really think if I was the boss, I would be very happy with this employee.
Yeah, I don't think coffee is that important.
But some of the excuses were good, and some of the language they used to describe the excuses was really great. So let's look at that now in language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, on language takeaway today, we have 4 words that we're going to be looking at. And, well, let's get started with the first one. So Jo called the office assistant and explained that she will be late because she got tied up with a client.
To get tied up.
So I got tied up with a client.
All right, this is a really common reason for being late, but why don't we listen to some examples to help us understand what it means?
Example 1.
Sorry I'm late, honey. I got tied up at the office.
Example 2.
I was tied up on the phone all afternoon and didn't get any work done.
Example 3.
I got tied up in traffic on the way here.
All right, so if you get tied up, it means that you get busy with something that you can't avoid.
Right, you're busy with something that's so important, it's like you are tied by a rope to that thing.
Okay, I got tied up. I'm sorry, I got tied up.
Yep.
All right, now, the first person that arrived to the office, well, explained that there was a huge traffic jam on the highway.
A traffic jam.
A traffic jam.
A huge traffic jam.
Now, we understand traffic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cars, a lot of cars.
Yep.
So a jam, it means that it was like blocked.
It was stopped.
It was stopped.
Yep.
There were a lot of cars on the highway and they weren't moving.
So a huge traffic jam is a very, very big stopping of cars.
Now, our next word explains why sometimes there is a traffic jam.
Well, we found out that there was a huge pileup.
A pileup.
A huge pileup.
Okay, a huge pileup. Now, if a pileup is another way of saying an accident, right?
Yeah, an accident with many cars and they all get piled on top of each other.
All right, so many cars got into an accident.
Yep.
So this could be a reason of why there was a traffic jam.
And also a reason for why you were late.
Right. Now, the other person, Scott, also called and he said that he's running late.
He's running late.
He's running late.
I'm running late.
Now, if I'm running late, am I actually running somewhere? What am I doing? What's happening?
You are going to be late and you know you're going to be late.
Okay, I know I'm going to be late. So I'll call you and I'll say, hey, I'm running a little bit late.
Yeah, actually, this is the most common thing I say when I'm going to be late. And I think it's really important to know how to use this phrase. So let's hear some more examples.
Example 1. Jane is running late. She'll be here in 10 minutes.
Example 2.
Traffic is really bad, so I'm running late.
Example 3.
I'm running a bit late, so please start without me.
All right, perfect. So running late, a very common way of explaining that you're going to be late and, well, it makes you sound very native.
Yeah, it's a great phrase. Now, our last phrase, what we heard, the reason why Scott was running late was because his last meeting ran over.
Okay, to run over.
My meeting ran over.
Now, ran over, my meeting ran over, it means it went too far?
Well, when something runs over, it goes longer.
Okay, longer than expected.
Yeah, so a meeting can run over or an appointment can run over.
So I can say, my meeting ran over 15 minutes. I'm going to be a little bit late.
That's right. A great excuse.
Very good. 5 great words. And, well, I think it's time for us to listen to this dialogue and understand these words as they were used in the dialogue, and then we'll come back and take a look at more phrases.
Where is everyone? We were supposed to start 15 minutes ago.
Joe called and said she'd be here in a sec. She said she got tied up with a client.
Sorry I'm late, everyone. There was a huge traffic jam on the highway this morning.
Morning, everyone. Were you stuck in traffic as well, Jess? There was a huge pileup on the highway, and traffic was backed up for miles.
Scott just called and said that he's running late. His last meeting ran over, but he's on his way now.
Guys, this is not acceptable. If I say the meeting starts at 10, the meeting starts at 10, not 10:01, and definitely not 10:20. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is our...
I'm really sorry, everyone. I know I'm late, but really it's not my fault. I was getting a coffee at Starbucks, and the line was way too long. I was waiting for 20 minutes to get my coffee.
Okay, we got some more great phrases for describing being late. Let's look at them now in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
When Joe called, she said she'd be there in a sec.
I'll be here in a sec.
I'll be here in a sec.
So when someone will be here in a sec, it means they'll be here very soon, right?
Okay, I'll be here in a sec. I'll be there in a sec.
But what about this word sec?
It's a short way of saying second.
So S-E-C.
A sec. Now, it's an exaggeration, obviously, because you won't be there in 1 second. But you're just explaining that you'll be there very, very soon.
What about the difference between I'll be here in a sec and I'll be here in a minute?
Well, if you say I'll be there in a sec, it means like I'll be there in 1 minute, right? But if you say, oh, I'll be there in a minute, it could be a minute or more like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Now, again, going back to this traffic issue, we saw that somebody was stuck in traffic.
to be stuck in traffic.
I got stuck in traffic.
Now, when you're stuck in traffic, you can't drive because there are too many cars stopped on the highway.
So you are actually in the traffic jam.
Yeah, you're stopped there for like 20 minutes. You can't move.
Okay, I'm stuck in traffic. I'm going to be late.
Really great excuse. And the reason they were stuck in traffic was because traffic was backed up for miles.
Okay, traffic is backed up for miles.
To be backed up for miles.
Now, if I say the traffic is backed up for miles, it means that it's very long, or how does that work?
Well, okay, imagine there is an accident, and that has caused a traffic jam, and the cars are lined up for many miles behind you.
Okay, so it's backed up. From that point, there are many miles of cars waiting to pass.
Yep. So it's backed up for miles.
Very good. So great phrases, and I think it's appropriate for us to listen to the dialogue for the very last time, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about this being on time issue.
Where's everyone? We were supposed to start 15 minutes ago.
Joe called and said she'd be here in a sec. She said she got tied up with a client.
Sorry I'm late, everyone. Oh, there was a huge traffic jam on the highway this morning.
Morning, everyone. Were you stuck in traffic as well, Jess? There was a huge pileup on the highway, and traffic was backed up for miles.
Scott just called and said that he's running late. His last meeting ran over, but he's on his way now.
Guys, this is not acceptable. If I say the meeting starts at 10, the meeting starts at 10, not 10:01, and definitely not 10:20. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about
I'm
is
really sorry, everyone. I know I'm late, but really, it's not my fault. I was getting a coffee at Starbucks, and the line was way too long. I was waiting for 20 minutes to get my coffee.
Well, Marco, I know that ideas about time and ideas about being late are different in different countries.
Yeah, in different countries, people treat time or being on time in different ways.
Yeah, like I'm from Canada, and I look at being on time really different than you do, right?
Yes, because for example, if you call for a meeting at 9 o'clock, usually people will be there at 9 o'clock because the meeting will start.
In America.
Right, in America. Now, for example, in Latin America, we do have this, what we call sometimes the Latino time or Hispanic time, which is like 9 o'clock is like the time that everyone should be there, but until people get there, get their coffee and whatever, then it'll be 9:15, maybe up to 9:30.
And I think it's a little bit even more noticeable when we're talking about social events. Like if you go to someone's house for dinner, in Canada, if they say, come to my house at 6 o'clock for dinner, you'll be there at 6:05, right?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, usually you'll be there only a couple of minutes after the time that was specified, just to, give the house owner a little bit of time.
Yep.
But if we have a dinner invitation for 6, we know that it's not really going to begin eating at 6, so people will get there at 6:30 or 7, and of course, food isn't ready until like maybe 8 or 9.
But in German countries, from what I know, you've got to be there. If they say be there at 6, you're there at 6:00, right? Not 6:01.
And also, I think it's about when people start work, right?
Yeah.
How on time you have to begin work. Sometimes it's acceptable to be 10 or 15 minutes so-called late, but in other places,
Yeah, North America, if you're supposed to start work at 9, you have to be at your desk working at 9.
At 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that in other countries, people get there at 9, get their coffee, maybe take a quick glance at their emails or the newspaper, and then, start working at around 9:30 or 10.
So I guess the important thing is to know what the tradition is in the country where you are.
Exactly. So come to our website, englishpod.com, and let us know how it works in your countries. I know that many different countries have a different way of treating time, so share it with us.
Yes, and remember, if you have any questions, please ask them at the website as well. We're out of time today, but until next time, thanks for listening and goodbye.
Bye-bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. The quality of always being on time.
Punctual.
Blocked, so you can't move forward.
Backed up.
Later than planned, late.
Behind schedule.
Sleep later than planned.
Sleep.
Become busy, unable to leave.
Got tied up.
The quality of often being late.
Tardiness.
Move very quickly.
Hustle.
Going to be late.
Running late.
To go beyond a limit.
Ran over.
So make cars on the road that you cannot drive or move forward.
Stuck in traffic.
Soon.
In a sec.
Very big.
Huge.
A lot of cars stopped from moving.
Traffic jam.
An accident where many cars crash into each other.
Pile up.
Let's try that faster. Going to be late.
Running late.
Soon.
In a sec.
Move very quickly.
Hustle.
Sleep later than planned.
Sleep.
To go beyond a limit.
Ran over.
Become busy, unable to leave.
Got tied up.
The quality of often being late.
Tardiness.
An accident where many cars crash into each other.
Pile up.
Blocked so you can't move forward.
Backed up.
The quality of always being on time.
Punctual.
Later than planned, late.
Behind schedule.
A lot of cars stopped from moving.
Traffic jam.
Very big.
Huge.
So make cars on the road that you cannot drive or move forward.
Stuck in traffic.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Stuck in traffic. Hello, Daniel. It's me. Listen, I'm gonna be late today because I'm stuck in traffic. Stuck in traffic. We should leave early this morning or else we'll get stuck in traffic. Stuck in traffic. We should have taken the other highway. Now we'll be stuck in traffic for at least an hour. Ran over. The meeting ran over by more than 30 minutes. Ran over. I always leave an extra 15 minutes in my schedule, just in case meetings run over a bit. Ran over. Frank always forgets about the time and runs over the time limit of his presentations. Running late. Jane is running late. She'll be here in 10 minutes. Running late. Traffic is really bad, so I'm running late. Running late. I'm running a bit late, so please start without me. Got tied up. Sorry I'm late, honey. I got tied up at the office. Got tied up. I was tied up on the phone all afternoon and didn't get any work done. Got tied up. I got tied up in traffic on the way here. The accident backed up traffic for miles. Don't take the 405 freeway today. There was an accident, so there are cars backed up for miles. Our highway system is very inefficient. Traffic is backed up for miles every morning.